of you who don't know me, or if you've never been here before, welcome. My name's Rachel. I'm the owner and creator here at the Eclectic Cottage in Spokane, Washington. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a great week so far. Mine has been really busy, and honestly, I don't know if I forgot that today was Friday or if I forgot that I needed to have a video ready for today, but either way, I've been kind of in panic mode today because I realized I hadn't edited my video and I still had a couple projects to complete. And so I've been working all day trying to get everything ready. So hopefully this video actually does get posted on Friday and not tomorrow morning early sometime. But at any rate, I did manage to get 5 thrift flips done for you guys today. A couple of them are relatively simple. The other 2 are pretty cool. I think out of all of them, my favorite is probably going to be the lunchbox, but you guys will see that coming up shortly. And if you want to see more of the craziness and the behind the scenes and all of my projects that I do here at the cottage, please think about subscribing to my channel and then hitting the little notification bell, and that will let you know when I upload new content. I'm really trying to stick to Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'm really not sure at this point what exactly is going to go where, but I will do my best to have videos for you on those 2 days always. And I know I'd also really wanted to have the back of the hutch done for you guys today, but unfortunately I took it and put it in my kitchen, and I did a really light sanding because there were a few chunks, and when I did that, a couple of the chunks released and left brown specks, and so then I went ahead and put another coat of paint on it, just a really light coat, but it's so damp here that it's still not dry completely, and so unfortunately I was not able to get the transfers on it today. So stick with me. Tuesday I will have that video ready for you, and like I said, I hope you love the projects, and please comment below and let me know which of them your favorite one is. I would love to know. And just to let you know as well, any of the DIY products that you see me use in the video, the 3 colors I used were Old School, Little Black Dress, and Apothecary. I used Big Top and some white wax. All of those products can be found at my website at www.theeclecticcottagespokane.com. Anyway, without further ado, here are the projects that I got done for you this week. For my first project, I have this cool resin pillar holder that I found a little while ago, and as much as I would have liked to keep the clear glass part of it clear glass, unfortunately the thing was glued together and the glue they had used had really started to yellow, and I decided to cover that I would go ahead and paint it. So I am going in here with DIY's Old School, which is this really pretty dark gray, and giving this candle holder 2 good even coats of paint, letting it dry in between. I really had to kind of pounce hard and push down my brush into the flowers to get them all completely covered. Now, for some reason, there was a little portion of the candle holder that resisted the paint. So I went in with my spray shellac and gave it 2 good coats of shellac, letting that dry in between. And once it was dry, I painted over it with the Old School. It seemed to help a lot. Then it was on to waxing, and I am just simply going over this with 1 good even coat of DIY's white wax, getting it into all the cracks and crevices of those flowers to really make them stand out, and then just taking my shop towel and very lightly wiping back any excess. This was a really easy project, but I absolutely love how it came out. Project 2 is this cute swan planter that I picked up a little while ago on one of our junk runs that had a very unfortunate paint job that needed help. So here I am giving it 2 good even coats of DIY's Old School. I decided to stick with that color for this project as well. And I am pouncing the paint on because I like the extra texture it gives it for the wax to kind of stick to when I go to wax it. So once I'm done with my 2 coats of paint and they're completely dry, I just go in with a nice soft brush and my DIY white wax. I'm careful not to put on too much wax at a time, just kind of rub my brush in it, and then I'll kind of rub it off a little bit. And then I go in one motion back and forth in one direction and wipe the wax on with the brush, and then wipe off any excess with my shop towel. And if I wipe back too much and it looks too dark, I will simply feather a little bit more white wax back over it. Easy project, and I love how it came out. Project 3 is this really cool engraved box that my husband and I found at the thrift store. Technically, my husband found it. Now, I did have a couple people who follow me on YouTube say that I should leave it the way that it was, but honestly, you couldn't even see the detail on this piece unless you got up really close to it, and I wanted to change that. So I decided to paint it, and I'm going in with 2 good even coats of DIY's Apothecary, which is this beautiful blue-green color that I just love. And once both my coats of paint are on and completely dry, and there was a little oopsie. So the nice thing about DIY paint is it is water soluble. So if you mess up and get it somewhere you don't want it, you can just dampen a cloth and take it back off. Anyway, once it was done and dry, I went in with my wet shop towel. I did wet this one a little bit more than usual just because I knew I wanted to get quite a bit of this paint off. So if you don't like the distressed look, this is definitely not the piece for you. But I wanted to show off all the beautiful detail by giving it a really good distressing. Once that was done, I went in with my clear wax by DIY. This acts as kind of a little bit of a barrier between the dark wax and the piece so that your dark wax doesn't go on to the paint and make it look just dirty and kind of grungy. So this helps with that. I did wax the inside too, and then I just used my shop towel and wiped back any excess. Once that was done, I went in with some dark wax with a little artist brush and filled in all of the flowers and the details with some dark wax. Then I took a little bit bigger brush, kind of an artist brush, and a little bit of mineral spirits, and I went all over the entire piece with a little bit thinned out dark wax. So it did take a little of the wax out of some of the details, but that's okay. Enough of it remained that it really highlighted all those gorgeous details in this piece, and I absolutely love how it came out. Project 4 is this cool old lunchbox that I recently picked up at an estate sale. The ladies that were there at the estate sale and I talked about our dads and lunchboxes and how they used to put their initials on everything. And that was the reason I picked this lunchbox as opposed to the other one that was there, because it was obvious their dad had actually engraved his name in it, and I didn't want to cover that up. So I grabbed this one instead. So I am going in here with 2 good even coats of Apothecary. And then I am using a damp shop towel to give this a really good distressing. Wanted to make it look a little bit aged and worn. And once that's done, I am going in with DIY's Big Top and sealing it. Once the Big Top is nice and dry and has had several hours to cure, I go in with the transfer set by Redesign by Prima called Papillon Collection. I don't know if I said that right, but that's as good as I'm gonna get, I think. And decided to put some beautiful butterflies on this piece. So I cut out the first one, and then I cut out the word dream and used that on the front. And I put 2 butterflies on each side. And transfers are really simple to use if you've never used them before. The key is to make sure your sealer is very, very dry and cured before you go to try and put a transfer on. And then you just stick it down, rub it, and pull the vellum sheet back. It's a pretty simple process. Once that was done and all my transfers were in place, I did seal them with some more Big Top, and then this piece was finished. My fifth and final project for this week is this really cool bread box that I just picked up not too long ago. Something had gotten spilled all over the top of it, so it was kind of a mess. So I took my little hand sander and some 80 grit sandpaper, gave it a pretty good sanding, wiped it off with a damp shop towel, and then I was ready to paint. So for this, I'm going in with 2 good even coats of DIY's Little Black Dress, and I am applying that to the entire piece on the inside and the outside. So here I am doing the second coat. I gave it a little shot of water just to help the paint go on a little easier. Once that was finished, I gave it a light sanding on the top and the sides and inside of it. And then I did go over it. I didn't know if I wanted to distress this piece or not, but in the end I decided to give it just a touch of distressing. I wasn't crazy about the mint, but it doesn't look bad behind that black, and it really helps make the details in this piece pop. Once that was done, I decided I was going to stamp the word bread on the front of it. So I am using the stamp set called Typesetting by IOD. This is an absolutely gorgeous stamp set. And I laid out my letters, and then I used a little piece of the backing to pick them up. And then I'm using white permanent ink to ink up the stamps. Then I laid them down and very carefully held one end while I pushed all the letters down in place. Then carefully peel those letters back up. Of course, my E did not come with the backing, so thankfully it didn't move at least and smear the ink. So I picked that up, let it dry for a minute, and then I sprayed it with a little bit of Rust-Oleum clear matte spray. I did go ahead and paint the bottom of this piece. I had almost completely forgotten about it. And then I went in with a transfer just to put on the front right above the word bread. Once I got the transfer down, it was time to seal this piece. And for that, I'm just using a good even coat of DIY's Big Top. Getting that all over front, back, sides, and of course the bottom. And then this piece is done. Video, and which of the projects was your favorite? Please don't forget to comment and let me know. I always love hearing from you guys. And again, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and then hit the little notification bell, and that will let you know when I upload new content. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and you'll join me here on Tuesday. I'm not exactly sure yet what all I'm going to have for you on Tuesday, but at the very least I will have the reveal of the hutch, and the back and everything with that should be pretty much buttoned up and beautiful. So I will see you back here on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.